Hello friends, and welcome back. Today we're rolling up our sleeves and maybe greasing up our elbows because we're building the one, the only, Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. From the polished silver suit to that iconic funnel hat, I'll show you step by step how to bring this classic character to life. Whether it's for Halloween, cosplay, or a trip down the yellow brick road, this build will have you shining bright. We'll cover everything from materials, painting tricks, and assembly tips. So by the end, you'll be ready to dance, sing, and maybe even find yourself a heart. So grab your tin snips and silver spray paint. It's time to build a costume that's fit for Oz. To begin, I patterned the shoulders of the torso and the hole for the head. I then transferred the shoulder pattern over to some EVA foam and cut it out. I then took a large roll of EVA foam and cut out a length that would wrap around the shoulder piece. After heat treating the shoulder piece, I applied contact cement to the edges. I also applied contact cement to the torso section after sanding the edges down. I then wrapped the torso sections around the shoulder section. I knew I was going to have to connect some Velcro to one of the sides of the torso, so I cut a long piece of EVA foam and applied contact cement to it and the inner wall of the torso. I then applied industrial grade Velcro to both sections so it could easily be closed. I then applied another piece of foam to create the raised collar for the torso. If you look at pictures of the original Tin Man costume, you will notice that he had both a bow tie and some collar pieces sticking out. To make these, I patterned out both the collar pieces and bow tie out of 2mm craft foam, placed a brass page brad fastener in as a rivet, and glued the bow tie and collar pieces to the raised collar. After applying the Velcro, I measured out the armholes on the side of the torso. I then heat sealed the outside of the torso so it would hold paint better. To make the segmented shoulder pauldrons, I patterned long oval-shaped pieces and cut them out of scrap EVA foam. I then bent pieces and attached each end with some brass page brad fasteners. I used these same brad fasteners to create the buttons lining the front of the torso. To attach the shoulder to the torso, I used the brad fasteners to attach to a piece of rectangular EVA foam and then hot glued the shoulders to the top of the torso while pushing the edges of the brad into place. After a couple of coats of black plasti dip, I sprayed the entire torso with silver spray paint and then sealed it with a clear acrylic sealer. Next came the axe. I used a large block of EVA foam I cut from a garden knee pad I acquired at Harbor Freight. I patterned the axe head, traced it onto the foam, and cut out the pattern with my bandsaw. I then cut the axe head in half, cut out some sections for the axe handle to fit into when I reassembled the head. The handle is an actual wooden axe handle I bought from the hardware store. After applying contact cement to the interior of the axe head halves and the axe handle, I glued the two halves together. I then used an X-Acto blade to shave down the head to a beveled angle. I used a sander to shape the axe head blade down to a smoother finish. To create the funnel, I created a circle pattern, removed a corner, and traced the pattern onto some 5mm EVA foam. I then cut the circle out, shaped it, and glued the edges together with contact cement. I also created some accents for both the hat and axe with some additional pieces of EVA foam and foam dowel. These accents would give a little more life into these accessories. After attaching the details, I sprayed both the hat and axe with some black plasti dip, sprayed them both silver, and applied a clear acrylic sealer to both. Both the axe and the funnel hat turned out great and are a perfect addition to this Tin Man costume. The gloves were just a 3-pack of leather welding gloves that I purchased from Harbor Freight. A couple of coats of silver spray paint finished the gloves off in a jiffy. And there you have it, a Tin Man costume complete with torso, axe, hat, and gloves fit for any woodcutter trapped in the land of Oz. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell to stay notified of upcoming videos. And make sure finding time to be creative is on your agenda.